Hello, welcome to AWS Class 2. Today we are dealing with Elastic Cloud Compute, that is EC2. This is the one of the service by Amazon Cloud. What are the topics we are covering in this session means these are the topics. Windows instance, that is creating Windows instance, and also creating Linux instance with web server. And we are also going to discuss about instance types and important ports, how to connect SSH, and attaching IAM role to the instance. These are the topics we are going to discuss. Let us log into AWS and then let us create Windows instance first. I already log into my Windows, not Windows, AWS. This is the landing page of AWS, which is called AWS Management Console. So we are exploring the service EC2. Go to compute section. Under compute section, we can find EC2. So first we will create Windows machine. This is the EC2 dashboard. In this EC2 dashboard, click instances. And then launch instance. Before launching instance, better to select proper region. So for me, Mumbai region is nearer. So I'm choosing here Mumbai region. And launch instance. So creating instance involves 7 steps. Instance is nothing but in layman terms, it is a computer. So computer consists of processor, hard disk, RAM, and operating system. The same thing we are going to do here. So first step is choosing operating system. As it is a free tier account, select free tier only. I want to create Windows machine, so I will select operating system as Windows. Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base 2019. Select this one and concentrate that whether it is a free tier eligible or not. If you are using free tier account, so always choose free tier eligible. So select the operating system. So I had selected operating system. Second step is selecting processor and RAM. So as it is a free tier account, I am selecting T2 Micro. It comes with free tier eligible. If your account is not a free tier, you can go whatever the processor you require and whatever the RAM you require. So this free tier account comes with 1 GB RAM and 1 processor. Next, in this third step, you can mention here how many instances you require. If you want 10 computers or 10 instances, you can mention here 10. As of now, I will select only 1 instance, and remaining options I will take it as a default. Next, fourth step is selecting a hard disk. So by default, it comes with the 30 GB hard disk. I will select this hard disk. And here you will see that delete on termination. So whenever if you delete the instance, this hard disk also going to be deleted. Next, add tags. Tags are nothing but extra informations. So we can add a name tag like that. Name is, this is the Windows machine. I can provide Windows machine like this. And you can add another tag also created by like this, Cloud Badsha, like this. Next step is very important step. So let us create a security group. Security group is nothing but a firewall for our system. So I'm creating security group by giving name and Windows security group. You can give any name. As it is a Windows machine, RDP port must be opened. As of now, I will delete this. I will show practically what will happen if I don't open this RDP port. So delete this RDP port let me show this practically. What will happen if I don't if I don't include RDP port here in security group? What will happen? Let's see. So security group is nothing but firewall. Okay. Next, review and launch. So we need to download a key pair. So it is for authentication purpose, you need to download a key pair. Windows key with the today's date, it is 15th. Download a key pair. See, instance is nothing but a one computer. So computer consists of processor, RAM, hard disk, operating system. The same thing we are doing here. And one extra thing is security group. Security group is nothing but a firewall here. And then launch instance. View instances. So instance is coming. Let us wait for a couple of minutes. The system fully running. The system should be fully running. Then only we can access. So I created an instance in Mumbai region. Somewhere I am sitting in my home. So that's what the cloud is. So virtually computer is created. So it is fully running. Now our duty is to connect. To connect, we need credentials, username and password. To connect to Windows machine, you need a username and password. So for that, select this machine and connect. Go to RDP client and get password. So this is a username administrator. I will make a note of this. So this is a username is administrator. And then I need a password. So I will select here get password. So it is still propagating. Our machine is not propagated. So let us wait for a couple of minutes. We have username. We need to log into our Windows machine. We need along with username, we need a password also. For that, we already downloaded key pair. That is that password will be in encrypted form. We need to decrypt that one. So how to decrypt means go to RDP client. Let's hope for this time get password. It is still loading. Please wait at least 4 minutes. It is saying before retrieving auto-generated password. So let us wait. So cloud is not that much difficulty. Just we need to follow properly, and we have to do some hands-on. That's it. It is not like coding like Java, Python, like that. It is very easy actually. Anybody can learn who is not having any technical knowledge also. Let us try this time. Connect RDP client. Get password. Yeah, this time it is propagated. So we already downloaded KeyPair, right? Windows Key 15 today's date. I have downloaded that one. That is nothing but a password that exists in encrypted form. We need to decrypt that one. Browse. I will go to my downloads. It is a Windows Key 15 PEM. Privacy Enhanced Mail. PEM stands for Privacy Enhanced Mail. See, it is an encrypted one. See, we need to decrypt a password. So I'm going to decrypt now. So this is the password. I will make a note of this. So password is this one. Make a note of this. That's it. We have password and username. So let us log in now to connect. Go to instances. I need a public IP address. So I will take public IP address. So if you come here, you can find public IP. This is a public IP. Make copy of this. And I need to, from your system, make a open RDP, remote desktop, For Windows machine, everybody can have this remote desktop connection. Search in your Windows search bar, you will get it. So paste here public IP address, connect. So it is loading. So I had told that, see, it thrown an error. Why means I deleted security group. I said that, right? Let us delete this security group. What will happen? This is a thing we are seeing practically. If you don't if you don't open the port, RDP port, you will get such kind of error. So let us solve that error first. So I need to go security groups. I already created security group, right? Windows security group, right? Navigate down, you will find here security groups. So what is the case? Windows security group we have created, right? Select that one and then edit inbound rules. So for Windows machine, RDP port must be opened, then only you can access remotely. So let us go for RDP. That's why it is a firewall rule. Firewall is blocking. Why it is not opened? So I will give anywhere. Okay, all the IP address. Who can access that particular Windows machine? You can give anywhere means 0.00. Any IP address can access this Windows machine. If you want to custom IP addresses, you can custom. So only particular IP ranges can access this Windows machine. You can provide my IP also. So only my laptop can access that Windows machine which I have created just now in AWS Cloud. For practice purpose, I will select anywhere so that any IP can access this Windows machine. Save rules. So we have updated our security group. Let it propagate. Once it is propagate, so we can successfully connect to this Windows machine. So let us try this time. Connect. So this time I think it is not throwing an error. See, it is prompting for password. I select more choices, then use different account. Here it will ask for username and password. So this is the username, administrator. Control V. And this is the password. Control C. And we can paste here. Control V. And then OK. Yes. That's it. It is awesome, right? I'm sitting somewhere globally, somewhere in my home, and I created a computer or instance in Mumbai region. I'm accessing that computer sitting in my home. That's what the cloud is. It's an infrastructure as a service. See, this is a Windows machine. You can do whatever you want in this Windows machine. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Once you have done, I will disconnect. So we have seen practically everything. We have enjoyed the concept of security group also. If you don't provide security group, what will happen? We have seen just now. So let us disconnect this one. We will go to the next topic. So once you finished your work, as it is a free tier account, stop the instance and terminate the instance immediately. Otherwise, you will get a bill. So we finished the first one, creating a Windows instance. Now let us create Linux instance with the web server. So go to EC2 dashboard. This is the EC2 dashboard. So instances, I'm already in EC2 dashboard, launch instance. So this time I will select Amazon Linux AMI. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. You can find here itself. So Linux machine. First step is selecting an operating system. I'm selecting Linux operating system. And then as usual, as it is a free tier account, T2 Micro. Next, I want only one instance, and networks things, everything I will keep as a default. But here there is a user data. Here I will provide whenever the Linux machine you are going to initiate it, whenever at that initiation, some commands I want to execute rather than typing. So as I am lazy typing, I want to execute some commands whenever the Linux machine is going to be boot at the boot time. That's why it is called as a bootstrap scripts. So this is a bootstrap script. Inside this, what it is having, I'm updating my repository, M repository, and then I'm installing web server HTTPD. This is the web server. In this web server, I'm going to this particular location where www.html, and I'm creating one simple HTML file, index.html, that contains, this is a testing web server. And that web server should be started. HTTP web server should be start. And then chk config means whenever Linux machine is stopped, whenever once again, if you want to on your Linux machine, these scripts again going to be on automatically, run automatically. So these bootstrap scripts are going to be provided here under user data section. I am providing here. So that's what web server. Our topic is Linux instance with web server. What is the web server we are using here? HTTPD. So that's it. Next, add storage. So this storage, this Linux machine with free Terraform comes with 8 GB hard disk. That is enough. Add tags. Tag name is Linux machine. Name Linux machine, and then configure security group. So what is the port what port should be open means SSH port, that is port number should be 22. What is the port number? If in interview, if anybody asks what is the port number of SSH means, you have to say 22. What is the port number of RDP means, it is a 3389. Launch. So I will name it as a Linux SG, Linux security group with today's date. I'll provide the same name here, Control V. So SSH port is opened. I will access anywhere. Okay. Next, review and launch. Review and launch, and then launch. Download the key pair, create new key pair. This key pair will be Linux key pair. Linux. Download key pair. So I downloaded a key pair that contains credentials, launch instance. So web server, this is a web server actually. If you access this web server with public IP address in a browser, you should get this index.html page. That page contains, this is testing server, web server. So let us see. Once it is fully up and running, we can try it in web browser. Yeah, it is running. Let us terminate this Windows machine. We don't require Windows machine. Terminate instance. So this is a Linux machine, right? This is a Linux machine. We need to access web server. So what is, let us see the public IP address we need to access. This is a public IP address. So I will open in my web browser. So I need to get output as, this is testing web server. So it is loading. Why it is loading? Why it is loading? Why it is loading? Still, we need to get right. So it means we did some mistake. If anybody can guess that mistake. So there is an error. What is that error means? Port is not opened. For web pages, what is a port? HTTP port or HTTPS. Secure port or non-secure port, HTTP or HTTPS port must be open to access web pages. So we have not opened, we have opened only SSH port. Go to security group, go to security groups, and we have created, right, Linux machine SSG, right, with the today's date. Refresh. So Linux SG with today's date 15. This is our security group. This is our security group just now we have created. Select that security group, go to actions, edit inbound rules. So see here there is only SSH rule. There is no HTTP rule. HTTP port is not open. So here click here add rule. Select HTTP port. Where is HTTP port? This is HTTP port. See port number is 80. For HTTPS, it is 443. So I will select anywhere. So all the IP addresses, that's it. Save rule, firewall rule, or port must be open. Once it is propagated, let's go instances once again. Refresh. Now this time we need to get output. This is a testing. See, this is testing web server. Yes, we have successfully created web server also. And Linux machine also. We have created Linux machine also. So where we are in topics. So Windows instance completed, Linux instance with web server. Just now we have seen HTTPD web server, and the web page also we are able to access. And this is bootstrap scripts. And what the topic next? Next is instance types. This is theoretical. Instance, we have, these are the types of instances. We have general purpose instances. That means general purpose computer. If you want computer to play games, high-end games, go for compute optimized instance. Means you need many processors. Is it or not? For high-end to play high-end games, we need a processor should be very good. And it is a memory optimized instance. Means you need a RAM should be greater, like 30 GB, 40 GB RAM is required. Storage optimized means it should be a ISQL or to store data, large amount of data, go with storage optimized. Okay, it is up to us. Next, important ports. So just now we saw SSH port number is 22, FTP port number is 21, secure FTP port is 22, RDP is nothing but our remote 3389, HTTP is 80, HTTPS is 443 port numbers. Now next topic is how to connect SSH. In many ways we can connect SSH. Means just now I created Linux machine. How to access this Linux machine? We have seen how to access Windows machine, right? Now we need to access this Linux machine. To access this Linux machine, we need a third-party terminal called PuTTY, or you can use Git Bash also. So let me show how to access this one using PuTTY. So for this, we need two softwares. One is PuTTY and PuTTyGen. First, I will open PuTTyGen. I already installed PuTTyGen in my computer. Open PuTTyGen. Why we require PuTTyGen means our key pair which we downloaded while creating Linux machine is PEM file. PEM extension is PEM, but PuTTY require PPK file, PuTTY private key. So we need to convert PEM file into PPK. To convert PEM file into PPK, we need PuTTyGen software. So load the file. What is that file? Linux. Go to download. Downloads. Where is the files? Where is that file? Yeah, Linux. It is not PPK. It should be all files. Yeah. Select all files. Linux key 15. This is a file which key pair we have downloaded. Open that one. Okay. And then save private key. Yes. So I will save in same download locations, and then I will name it as a Linux key -001. Save. So key is downloaded. Now open Putty. So this is my Putty. I need a public IP address of this Linux machine. I will take the public IP address and then provide here. This is a public IP address, and then go to SSH here, and then under auth section, browse your PPK file. Just now we have created, right? Downloads, PPK file. This is a PPK file. Open, and then click open. That's it. Yes. What it is prompting. Okay. So it is prompting for, let me open once again. Putty. Here I need, rather than providing IP address, I will take connect, go to SSH client, and then we need to take this one, EC2 user. Okay, copy this one, then provide here, and then go to SSH, and then auth section, browse Linux key, open. Yes. Oh, it is showing login as. Okay. So let me create one more time Puttigen. Go to Puttigen, load, and all files should be Linux key. Open. Successfully foreign key format 51 format. Let us give this name as admin. Then save private key. It's Linux -2 -key. Save. Then close this one. Now take Putty. Think we need to take EC2 user. Okay. This is a mistake I have done. We need to take this one. Control C. Then Control V. Go to SSH and auth and browse. This time we will get PPK. Open. Yeah. So we have logged successfully. What is the proof that we have logged into this means? Let me increase my font size. Event log, help, change settings. And here, keyboard, appearance, and font should be changed. I'm changing font size to show. Let me take it is 20 and bold. Okay, apply. See, what is the proof that this is that machine we have connected means? See the IP address here, 172-31-44-58. This is the internal IP address. Let us check here. Go to instances. See here, IP address of this machine, 172.31.44.58. 172.31.44.58. This is the way to connect Linux machine using Putty terminal. And you can connect using Git Bash also. So go to downloads. I have Git Bash in my system, and open Git Bash wherever your PEM file is located. Git Bash here. So my PEM file is located in downloads. So I'm opening my git bash at this particular location and go to connect and go to SSH client and then copy this command ssh-i. Okay, and then run here, paste, enter. Yes, yes, come on, compute. See, same IP address 172.31.44.58 IP address. So you can connect with git bash also. And if you are using Windows 10, you can connect using command terminal also. Okay, command terminal or PowerShell also. So I need to open wherever the PEM file is there. I will open PowerShell Windows there. Open PowerShell. Let us check first your Windows machine supports SSH or not. So for this, we need to enter SSH command here. If SSH works properly, you can log in through your Windows PowerShell also. SSH, let us type. So it is working. It is showing help. So I can paste the same command here. I can enter. You can able to connect. IP address permanently added warning. Yeah, see, we are able to connect 172.31.44. See, we have seen 3 ways to connect. You can put by using putty also, you can connect your Linux machine. By using your git bash terminal also, you can connect your Linux machine. By using Windows PowerShell also, you can connect. You can use command prompt also. So ls, this is a Linux machine. You can create touch file one like that. File one. This is ls. You can press ls-la long list with hidden files. So this is a Linux machine you can work out. So we have enjoyed practically how to create Windows machine, how to create Linux machine with web server also. And we have seen ports, some ports and some instance types. And final topic, attaching IAM role. So how to attach IAM role? In previous class, in first class, we have discussed IAM service. So let us go to services. IAM section. So I will create one role. So create role. So I'm creating a role. Let's say I read on IAM read only access. I'm creating a role as EC2 at EC2 level. Next to permissions and policy, I will search as IAM read only access. I will give only IAM read only access. Next tags, leave default. Next review, name the IAM EC2 role. Okay, role. That's it. I'm giving only EC2 read only access, create role. So once role is created, go to your EC2 instances. You can attach this role to your EC2 instance, Linux machine. Instances. So I want to attach that role. Select that one. Actions, security, modify IAM role. Select to which machine you want to attach IAM role. Select that machine, Linux machine. I am to Linux machine I want to attach. I have selected that one. Go to actions and then under security, go to modify IAM role. So what is the IAM role I want to attach? I want to attach IAM EC2 role. Save, that's it. So role is attached. Now this through this EC2 machine, we can do IAM read-only access. Okay. So that is a way to connect IAM role. So where we are in our topics. So that's it. Finished all our topics. If you have any doubts or anything, you can comment. Yeah, that's it for today. We meet with another class. Signing off.